This isn't the first album you're doing together, is it?
He's asking.
Pardon me. No, I didn't know whether you was talking to me or Guru. No, it isn't. It's our second album together. First album was Guru version 7.0, The Street Scriptures, which also appeared on 7 Gram Records, our label.
Yeah. Okay. But that album didn't get really good reviews, I think.
That's untrue. The New York Post called it great, groundbreaking. The Source magazine said it was one of the best albums of the year, hip-hop albums, said that I had the sound to break through the radio matrix. Hot 97 rated it top 10 in the top 20. I'd say that overwhelms a few frustrated producers that are angry that they can't be me. But let me speak my piece. I've heard what you know. Let me have a chance to speak the positive.
Yeah.
The negative should never outweigh the positive. Yeah. And then I'll go on from there. We'll build from there. That album led to this album, so obviously it's critically acclaimed by the industry. So I'll show you the progression.
Okay.
And then I got a capper for that. I just finished a remix for the #1 group in America on the pop charts. They crossed over an alternative hip-hop act, and they have the #1 video on MTV. Certified, Billboard. You can go online right now and look it up. I remixed it.
Gym Class Heroes, the song's called Cupid's Choco.
So I'm gonna listen to
them.
He
put me on the remix.
Yeah, I'm gonna listen to them. Remember, I have a song in the top Hollywood movie right now, the #1 grossing movie in Hollywood, Redline.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's from that same album that you're mentioning.
Yeah.
So obviously,
let's let the people hear it.
Exactly.
Let's let them decide what's more credible, what I'm saying or a couple of kids on the internet that are angry the Gang Starr broke up.
Yeah, that was my point. That was probably
a couple of frustrated kids on the internet playing games.
Exactly.
None of those came from credible media outlets. Not one of them. You know, like I was saying before, you know, the album itself was a change for Guru. He made a change into the marketplace, and in that change, in that transition, there's always going to be people that got used to him before. It's just a growing process when an artist reinvents himself. Even directors have went through this. Even movie stars have went through this when they've switched types of roles that they would take, and people got used to seeing them in an action role and then seeing that. So they had to get used to seeing Guru now with a superstar producer. Yeah. And my credentials are such. Gym Class Heroes, #1 on Billboard, #1 MTV videos, top young group. I mean, fantastic group. Tapped me for the remix. Guru's first time in his career, #1 on a remix, #1 on MTV charts. He never did that with Gang Starr and Premier. This is what I've done for him. So when they say super producer, I'm not calling myself a super producer. I'm charted as that. I have a song in the top Hollywood movie now, Redline, starring Eddie Griffith. Well, you know, that's what a super producer does. Produces super hits and super groups. And super icons like Guru.
Guru, what's the big difference in working with Solar and with Premier?
There's really no comparison because it's two totally different things. The main thing is that Solar records me totally different. My voice, I can hear my vocals. I used to get frustrated about how low my vocals would be on some of those old mixes.
How low?
It's a whole new thing.
Okay. Well, sonically, you know, as a producer, there's a few ways to mix an artist, you know. He was mixed prior behind the beats, behind the samples, and it was like the beat and the sample was out front. That was the star of the recording. Whereas in my style of producing, which is more current with the tops that are producing now, I put the artist. Guru goes out front, Damien goes out front, you know, whoever I'm working with goes out front, and I make the music surround them. Equally, he's more harmonic. They used to call him monotone, but when you're rapping over beats that have been chopped up to samples that are out of key, you can't really do too much harmonizing to that because then it just doesn't work. But when tracks are produced according to theory and scale, then you can harmonize, and you can harmonize with what others are doing. So Guru becomes much more melodic and full on these productions, hence a more tight, fuller, you know, production of his sound, of his voice. And I've taken a while to study how to record him. That's what a top producer does. He knows how to make an artist sound great and unique.
Okay.